find dinosaurs biting the wires, but the animals run away as soon as they see the lights. The duo enters the lab only for Elizabeth to shoot Jim with a sonic rifle. She doesn't recognize her husband, but she does recognize Malcolm and even hugs him. It turns out she's lost 20 years of her memory and thinks she's in medical school again. Malcolm looks over the notes Elizabeth made before she lost her memories and learns there's some kind of virus in this lab. Memory loss is the first symptom and eventually it ends with death. They find a video Elizabeth recorded before losing her memories and she describes a few more symptoms. At that moment the power goes out and Jim goes outside, thinking it's the dinosaurs chewing the wires again. However, he hears a weird noise and a shadow runs by. Jim follows it inside, where he finds cut wires and an unconscious soldier. Suddenly Taylor jumps on top of Jim and threatens to shoot him because he's lost his memory too. Thinking he's at war, Taylor asks about his family before knocking Jim out. In the lab, Elizabeth and Malcolm analyze blood samples and discover someone was experimenting with gene therapy. Malcolm tries to use the moment to kiss Elizabeth, but at that moment Jim comes in and pulls him away. Then Jim tells them about Taylor who just disappeared and Elizabeth finds it curious that Jim doesn't have any symptoms. Malcolm helps Jim move the unconscious soldier, but in the middle of it he loses his memories too. At that moment a dinosaur appears behind them, so they hide behind the door. Jim breaks some wires as bait and the dinosaur runs to munch on them, so the men lock the creature up. Then Malcolm starts freaking out, so Jim knocks him out with a punch. In the lab, Elizabeth finds on the computer that the experiments were done on a man with Alzheimer's. Suddenly Jim sneezes and takes out the root Malcolm gave him. Elizabeth analyzes it thinking it's the cure, but the test is negative. Then Jim sneezes again and Elizabeth realizes it's the cold that it's keeping the mutated virus at bay, so he kisses her to pass it to her. At the colony, Josh and Sky kiss, but Jim admits he still thinks about the girlfriend he left in the future. Sky then introduces Josh to Tom, who can bring items and people from the future if they pay him enough. Obviously Josh doesn't have money, but Tom is interested in having the trust of a cop's son. Soon Taylor arrives at the gate and thinking this is an enemy country, he brings down a guard. Maddie is